Welcome to another tutorial of the super simple Axex Dental software. Today we're going to be discussing some of the options that you can see, and let's start with the navigation of the patient chart. So we're going to be discussing navigation, and then we will go in depth in another tutorial about each one of the options available in there. So if you go to a patient, you can select right here and click on the patient chart to get to that patient. You may also search for the patient in the search bar. Let's look over here for Smith Gabriel, and it will take you to the patient chart as well. In this patient chart, you will notice some elements that will remain consistent throughout the area, the chart section. You have on the upper left-hand corner the image of the patient, the name, as well as the age of that patient. In this case right here, the date of birth is set in around the same birth date as the birth of Christ. So let's change that right here. Let's give this patient a birth date. And we will notice right here how the patient's birth will change, age will change right here on the left-hand side. As you see, this section contains the name, the last name, the next visit that will be scheduled for this patient, a date, in this case, Wednesday of this week. It also, if you click over here, it will show you the appointments that they've come, the appointments that they have missed, that they no-showed. You can see a history of the appointments. Below that, we have a do not schedule reason. If this patient is a patient that the doctor may not be able to see again for any reason, you'll have that right there. You have an emergency phone number that will appear right here, and you can enter it there. You can also view it from there. This button right here will take you to the patients list, where you can see the actual patients out in a grid. You can also narrow down the search by entering information in any of these fields. So going back to the patient, this button right here takes you to the lab work section of the software, where you can create a new lab slip for that patient. It will also be highlighted if there is an outstanding lab work that has not been finished. And finally, this button right here will take you to the patient medical history and to a prescription. The color changes in the appointment if a prescription has not been called in. So if you see that blue right there, that patient has an prescription that has not been called into the doctor, you can click on the actual appointment to see it. Then you can select that you're going to call it in. Let's say over here to pharmacy, and I spoke to Bob, called in, and you see it gets changed to let you know that that prescription has been called in, and the number, the pill will change color as well. We have the telephone number and whether a message should be left right there, and the alerts. If this patient has a particular problem, it will appear right here. Let's say allergy to and I think allergy, of course, has two L's, to latex. And we can add that right there as an allergy to latex. Over here on the right hand side, we have the information for that particular tab. And so you can see these are all the different tabs that you can access from here. By clicking on this corner, you're going to be able to access any of those sections. The first one is the one that we're in, patient information. The next one will be the medical history. The one after that, x-rays. And we will discuss each one of these at length on different tutorials. That right there was the fast chart system. for patient charting, progress notes, treatment plans, documents, insurance, and finally lab work for that patient. So this is the basic navigation of this area. This is the information that you're going to find right here. As always, at the top left, you have the user, a way to log out and access settings, the navigation of the software itself with its three main parts and additional sections, the search bar, and below here, as always, the shelving system, letting me know that there is a patient waiting in the waiting room. So these are the basic navigation parts of the patient chart section of Axex Dental software.